Good morning everybody, we are in the X5, we've got the trailer on the back and I'm currently on my way down to Aylesbury and then to London. I'm picking up the craziest, most daring project I've ever done on the channel and in my entire life. This has actually been a dream project of mine since like day one. I've always wanted to do this, but I never really had the funds nor knowledge to take it on. Oh my god, my camera's dying. I can't believe I've not charged my camera. Stupid. I'm definitely sure I did charge my camera. Oh my god, my GoPro's dead as well. Well, I've got my GoPro on charge. If the camera dies, I apologise. Recently I've been doing a lot of engine swap stuff and it just makes more sense to me now and I kind of understand how to do it. So initially I was thinking, I had the Mustang and I was like, I don't know if I want to drift the Mustang for too much longer, because when things start breaking, which they will, it's going to be a nightmare to get parts for, and if anything breaks in a drift there, my whole day's over. I was like, well, why don't I just get a chassis which is quite common? Bear with me, what I'm picking up is not, but bear with me how my thought process happened. And then why don't I put a cool engine in it? It'd be great for the channel, and then I've got a sick drift car at the end. We're gonna go pick it up now. It's a rolling shell. Once I've shown you it, I'll tell you the story, because I definitely did not, this wasn't the idea. This wasn't the initial idea, but thought process happened, and I was like, well, if I'm doing that, I may as well do that. But then if I'm doing that, I may as well do that. But if I'm doing that, I may as well just do that. It's one of those kind of things. So we're gonna go pick it up. I'll have to tell you everything about it once I've shown you the car, because you'll be like, what? Well, what's happening? But it's been a dream of mine for a long time, and it might bankrupt me, and it's way more than I wanted to spend on just a rolling shell, but it is what it is. YOLO, shit happens, we're gonna do some fat sense. Just be prepared for the coolest build you've ever seen on the channel, definitely. So one thing I'm worried about is the weather. The weather is so bad, and as I've set off, I've realised the car actually has no windows. It's got no windscreen and no windows, so it's gonna get absolutely drenched. Now the worst thing is, it's got a load of spare parts which come with it, like a load, a full wide body kit and more. Now my plan was to just chuck that in the car. My plan was just to chuck that inside the car. But like, if I've got a load of things flapping around, they might fly out the bloody window. So I said to the guy, I'm like, is there anything we can do? He's like, too bad the part's not big and they shouldn't go through the cage. Obviously it's cage. Give me a load of clues here, it's cages already. So what he says, I have got a tarpaulin, but you'll have to replace it if you take it. I was like, yeah, that's fine. So what I might do is put it on the ramp, strap the car down to the ramp, and then put the tarpaulin round, and then strap the tarpaulin around the car. That'll keep everything wet, dry inside, and it'll also keep all the parts from flying out the windows as well. So the car is on the trailer. It's got no windows and stuff, so we've got it wrapped in our tarpaulin. So I'll show you when we get there. This is all the bits. This is a full, I'm not going to say which replica kit it is, but this is a full kit. Oh, do they want to get going? Hang on, let me. So we've got it all loaded up. This is a full wide body kit. Not only just a wide body, we have fiberglass doors, a Kevlar roof, we have a full, I don't just mean like over fenders, a full wide body kit. We've got front bumpers, rear bumpers, we've got plastic windows, we've got Kevlar roof, fiberglass doors, a full rear quarter, full fiberglass boot lid, the fucking shebang, and we've got a car with it. So I got a really good deal. The cage and just the fenders alone cost what I paid for the whole thing. So we're gonna drive to my new unit now. I'm moving back down south, and I'm going into a new unit. So we're gonna, this is where the car's going there. So I'll show you everything when we get there and do you a walk around the car and what the plans are. As you know, it has no engine and no gearbox. We made it. We are down at AMD, and this is where I'm going to be having the new unit. I'm taking a bit of their warehouse, so this is going to be the new unit when I move down here in the next hopefully month or so. But we made it here with the car. I can't wait to show you. I'm going to do a little cool cinematic, and then we'll have a walkthrough of what we're doing with this car, why I've got it, why it's special, and just why the hell I couldn't say no. So cut to cinematic. is an E30 coupe, and no, there is no engine and no gearbox in there. It is a total rolling shell. It has suspension, it has a diff. Now, initially I wanted to get a cheap shell to put a cool engine in it, mainly a BMW shell, because you can get lots of parts on. So when you're skidding and stuff, or you're fixing things, or you want to do upgrades, there's so much stuff available. That means it increases video content, and it also decreases stress of breaking something on a drift day. So first of all, I was like, well, let me just get a cheap E46 shell, £300 shell, and let's put a 1UZ in it. Let's put a V8 in an E46. And I was like, well, if I'm doing an E46, I want to be at least a little bit cooler, so let's get an E36. And then I was like, well, if I get an E36, should we have a look at getting an E30? So I went down the lines, I started looking at the lines of, can you get engine mounts and things like this? And there is a company that sell a 1UZ custom engine mount to fit in an E30. So at that point, I was like, I'm getting one. Now, I was looking at E30s, could pick up a really rough shell for about £1,000. And they were rough, they were rotten. Now, I paid a little bit more than £1,000 for this, I'm not gonna lie. But for what I've got, it is cheap. This has got a full cage, like a full cage, which if you don't know much about cages, they cost about £1,500 to £2,000 to get a cage. So already I'm pretty doing all right. Now in here I have a full wide body kit. I don't mean just full wide body kit, I mean front wide arches, a full rear quarter. I've got a full Lexan kit plastic windows. I've got fiberglass doors. I've got an M3 boot. I've got an M3 spoiler. I've got an M3 C pillar. What else have I got? I've got a full Kevlar roof, and all of this came with the cost of the car, and it is all in here. There's even some bits in there that I don't even know what they are. So yes, just in case you missed that, we're going to be V8 swapping this E30 coupe. It's probably going to weigh in the end about 1,000 kilos, and we're going to put a 1UZ in there. Now to do that, we're going to buy an LS400 off Copart or Facebook, one that's either rotten or that's been smashed up. And we're going to take the 1UZ and everything else, the ECU, the wiring loom, the keys, the fuel pump, everything out the LS400, and we're going to drop it in this. And this is going to be our dedicated drift car. What usually happens is people don't really watch the drift content. So I've made a decision. I want something cool for myself. Everyone's going to watch this series, and it's going to be a good series, but people might not watch the actual drifting itself, but that's fine, because I kind of have a sick car which I can enjoy for myself. A few of you smart people might have said or might have noticed that LS400s only come in an automatic, and they're going to be putting an automatic in this. Unfortunately, absolutely fucking not. We're going to manual swap. We're going to put a BMW diesel gearbox. I've already found a company in Poland who make adapter plates and custom flywheels for a 1UZ to the gearbox that I want to buy. I've planned everything out. Obviously, it's going to be really difficult, but it's not going to be a repeat of the 190 where we're trying to source parts from here, source parts from there, source parts from there. Obviously, it's going to be difficult, but this is a good thing about BMWs. People make all of the stuff. You can buy things readily available. I'm already going to have the engine mounts. I've already got the adapter plate. I've already got the custom flywheel. And the rest of BMW parts are super easy to get also. So, obviously, it's going to be a fun part of like making things fit. But that's what we're here to learn. So I'm laying out all the parts. I'm just doing a voiceover because there was something really noisy in the background. So we've got the M3 bumper. We've got the wide body front wing. This is our fiberglass door as well, which as you can see is so light. These are like the rear quarters, which are going to go instead of the metal. There's an M3 C pillar, which is fiberglass. We've got Kevlar roof. We've got an M3 boot spoiler extension, M3 boot, M3 spoiler. Again, all fiberglass and all super light. And there's all the Lexan window kits inside the car. So we're going to be taking so much weight out of this car. It's going to be absolutely incredible. So yes, as well, this I can proudly say after years and years and years of working outside. Oh my God, we finally got a place that we can work a car. We have a unit. This is going to be it. And there's some other cars in here at the minute because I've not fully moved in. This is the green light Focus, obviously. Green lights. But I'm planning to move in hopefully in the next month or so. So I've asked Ronnie if I can kindly put my E30 in. He says yes, of course. So we can finally work on cars. It's not raining, not windy, not all this fucking bullshit. So yes, this is going to be our new unit as well. So it's a great video for two things. One, because you've got a cool car, and two, we can finally not work in the bloody cold. We're going to be doing a bit on the E30 now, and I'll show you a walk around of why this is also a good chassis.
all the E30s that I was looking at, they were actually really bad. Like the rust was really bad. There's a couple of little bits on this, but as an overall car, it's a really clean chassis. Right, so obviously it's had a full cage, it's been full primed. It has been sat outside for a couple of years under some covers, but obviously moisture has still gotten in. So you've got little bits which is just starting to surface rust down here. The worst bit of the car is this bit here. Obviously that was a bit of metal there. So this bit's gone through a little bit, but it's actually solid where it is. So a plate over there would be perfect. Again, you've got surface rust on the cage, a little bit of surface rust down here, but there's actually like no holes. And what's bad on these cars as well are the sills. The sills are usually terrible, but this is a little bit starting in there, but everywhere's pretty solid. That's that little hole from the inside, which I'll show you in a sec. So as an actual car, or a base, especially a drift car, it's perfect. So here is under the bonnet as well. As you can see, everything just looks so good. We've got a custom bash bar here which has been welded in, and we've got so much room for our V8. So you see all the chassis legs are good, strut towers are good. It actually looks like a really clean car. So obviously this has been protected while the bonnet's been on. Because it's been stored like this for a while outside, bits of surface rust are just starting to show. But that is absolutely nothing that a wire wheel won't fix. We've got a load of spares as well in here. We've actually got the door bars. If you see the door bars there, it's a bit dark this one. If you see the door bars, this is where he cut the door bars off the chassis because he said to me he wanted to put them in the door and do like a NASCAR build kind of thing. So you can see where they've been chopped there. We can actually get the bolt-in adapters which are MSA certified or whatever it is, or we can just weld them in because we're not going to be doing major competitions, well not now anyway, so we can weld them in. But the first thing I want to do is, it's really wet in here from driving home and things, I want to start cleaning it all out just a little bit. So we're going to get a heat gun and we're just going to heat up everything and try to get all this water out. Watch how satisfying this is. How satisfying is that? That's so good. So it's all dried out and hoovered inside, so we can see where we need to start working now. This gives me a good chance to actually look at all the rust spots as well, and it is all surface. We've got a little bit here which is just starting to go through, but that is the sill. So where we looked from the other side earlier, I said it's a little bit bad there. It's just starting to go through there. It's solid around it. I've just been poking the hell out of it, and that's the hole. So we'll probably just cut a nice bit off there and just get a plate welded. It looks like it's had a plate welded in there at some point in its life as well. So we'll just do that, because all good as well is that now we're here with AMD and we've got a unit here with AMD. We've actually got all AMD tools as well. So we've got proper MIG welders, we've got everything here. So it's just going to be absolutely a breath of fresh air, you know, just having the space to just have multiple cars inside and not worry about it, and have tools in proper places. And we've got a load of space up there as well to store a load of stuff. I've actually got my own office up here as well now. So it's just going to be absolutely amazing. So yeah, I'll show you AMD's workshop if you've not heard of AMD. So this is their workshop. They've got a dyno in here, all-wheel drive dyno. They've got tyre machines for drifting, all the tools in the world. Ramps if we ever actually need to use a ramp. Tracking as well, we could do tracking here. We've got presses, welders, everything that we could possibly need, and everything that I could need, I've got here, and I'm allowed to use them as well. So I can't wait just to move down here and start this. I'm going to start living in, I'm going to start moving. If I can't find a place, I'm going to move into my office and put a bed up there until I can find somewhere. But yeah, this is going to be my space, which is going to be amazing. We've got a rolling shutter here as well, which we can put down if it's a bit noisy in there. What is going to be good is to have the E30 here, and then to have the 190 as well next to it, because we are going to be fixing the 190. I don't know if I'm going to be keeping it for too long. It's got to the point now where this bit's took that long. I forgot I've had it. I've lost interest in it. But it would be cool just to bring it back, just to get a picture next to the E30. My 190 engine swap next to my E30 V8 engine swap. So yes, it's happened. Oh, we've got airlines over there as well, which we can use. So we've got air tools. It's just going to be absolutely amazing just to have this space. So excited to move down. I just want to move down right now. But I love you all. I hope you're going to enjoy this project. I'm absolutely fucking buzzing my tits off. Now I just need to buy the engine mounts and source an LS400. So not sure how, I don't know if these videos are going to be flying out quick, because obviously we're not down here yet and the E30 is staying here. I'm going to try my hardest to get these videos out as fast as possible, so I know people are going to love this series. But first of all, what we're going to do is in the next video, things I actually come down here quite a lot, so I'll be getting lots of opportunities to film. So it's not like you're not going to see it, there just might not be daily uploads. But first of all, I want to start cleaning all this out inside, getting rid of all the surface rust, welding anything that needs to be welded, and then we're just going to rattle can all the inside, just like a gunmetal grey or something like that. And then once we've got the LS400, big power bit of it.